It's a dog with bone things.
Dogs have bones, Kellan.
Well, yeah, but not on the outside.
What kind of
typically.
freaky ass dogs did you have growing up? Hello and welcome back to the podcast. We had a crazy opening that no one will ever hear because Kellan forgot to hit record. That's right.
Oops.
I did one of the weirdest, strangest, surreal openings where I went into myself and saw myself presenting myself unto myself and transcended both time and space in a universal explosion of Grahamness. And you'll never hear it now. But you will hear the opening that I did do. Hello and welcome back to To Kill A Delibird. This is the Pokemon Rewatch podcast where we watch Pokemon anime, discuss it, compare it to literature, have a bunch of fun, say really stupid things. I am Graham. I've been learning so much about Pokemon. I think I'm more Pokemon coded than the average bear at this point, but I still don't know that much about Pokemon. So I am joined by Kellan, the Pokemon himself, Pokemaniac Supreme. Kellan, how's it going?
If the YouTube video hits 10 likes, we'll release the lost footage.
We actually don't have it, though. Are you telling me we'll have to fake it? Like the moon landing?
I have my ways.
Oh, you were recording something. Okay, I got you guys.
Maybe, yes.
Shout out in the comments if the moon landing was fake.
No, they totally faked it. They didn't go to this moon. They went to a different moon.
That's even more impressive, though.
I know, right?
Yeah, if they went to like a moon of Saturn and discovered an alien wormhole that was left there by ourselves from the future.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Incredible. Okay, no, I am recording this time, so we're good.
Thank
Don't worry.
goodness. Kellan, what's up these days? You got anything new?
Not really. I mean, I haven't really been playing much of anything. Mainly, I've just been playing, like, random bits of Pokemon gathering footage for stupid TikTok shit.
Okay, which Pokemon games have been featured in that?
Anything I can record off my Switch, essentially.
Oh, gotcha. Wait, which isn't that much?
No, it's a decent amount. You got, Sword Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Scarlet Violet, Snap, New Snap, all the things on the Switch Online.
That's true.
Including Stadium
but
and
for
stuff,
core Pokemon games, there's so much that can't be played on Switch is where my mind went.
Yeah, but for my purposes, I've got plenty.
Put Pokemon Crystal on Nintendo Switch Online, you cowards.
They're never gonna do it.
No, they're never gonna.
They will only ever put the main series Pokemon games if they charge them separately. That's what I say.
I think that's a safe enough theory. But come on. The people want it. They're storming the gate. It's like the French Revolution out there for Pokemon Crystal and Nintendo Switch Online.
While I've been doing that, though, I started watching Shameless the other day.
I've never seen that.
It's pretty good.
You've been hitting some interesting TV. I have heard that's good, but yeah, I've never seen it. It's pretty unhinged, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. It's not a show you watch with your parents.
Okay. What's it about?
So William H. Macy plays the alcoholic, neglectful, absent father to 6 children, and it is the adventures of him and these 6 children, the oldest of which the primary caregiver essentially for the other 5, and all the wacky shenanigans they get into in their very poor neighborhood and trying to get by on what they have and what they can scrounge up. There's a lot of swearing, a lot of nudity, stuff like that.
So it's just Brad Pitt's biography. Got it.
Sure.
His kids are mad at him or something in the news.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I don't
because he
follow
doesn't pay attention
stuff.
to them, and he's a narcissist.
I mean, it's Hollywood. Hey,
I would think most
Hey-o.
star actors are probably narcissists.
Oh yeah,
right? Because you're just constantly selling yourself. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them, but a
good handful.
The non-Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is good. Everyone else sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Tom Hanks tier.
Oh, Danny DeVito put him up there too.
Oh yeah, he
deserves
that. He is a gem.
Who else?
Actually good Hollywood.
Who are the actual actors. Good ones?
Those might be the diamonds in the rough, Kellan.
It might be.
We need a new Mount Rushmore with just 2 faces on it. Oh, Patrick Stewart. Me and my wife have been watching a ton of Star Trek The Next Generation, and Patrick Stewart is a gem.
Oh, okay. If we're going to include people that have unfortunately passed on, I mean, you got to put Bob Ross up there.
Robin Williams. Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Okay,
yeah.
now this is a big This is a big
Now we're
one,
getting
finally.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser. Everyone loves Brendan
Brendan
Fraser these days.
Fraser's a good one. Yeah, everyone loves him.
Weird
Like,
Al.
I've heard that one of the reasons he didn't get jobs so much was that he like stood up about Harvey Weinstein like way back in the day. I don't know if that's 100% true, but like that's fucking based. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a dude.
That is our wholesome celebrity list of 2024.
Who else did you put on there? Weird Al?
Yeah, Weird Al. Everyone knows Weird Al's actually
he's supposed
like,
to
awesome.
be awesome. Yeah. Plus, he has that song parody of the song Lola, but it's Yoda, and he just recounts the the plot of Star Wars. And that song is
Of course
so
you would
good.
go there.
I love that song. I mean, also everybody Pokemon.
That's good one. Yeah.
That's so good.
Anyway, celebrities, baby. Ooh, everyone's favorite
Okay.
topic. That should pull in the pop culture crowd, right?
Yeah, this is a pop culture podcast, but
Yeah.
we're going to get really weird, Kellan, for a bit.
Oh.
So weird
Oh, God.
that, a bit of a disclaimer. I'm going to go down a different avenue than we usually go down. And if you don't like really stupid, kind of pervy shit, then...
God. I don't like that's how you open it.
Maybe skip ahead 10 minutes. I'm being transparent. It's not, and this won't be me being perverted, but me talking about comic books that are perverted. Okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
sure.
So I got to set the scene a little bit. So Kellan is not into anime, and he's not into manga. He's not into comics. He's not into a lot of what are kind of pop zeitgeist conventional nerd stuff, right?
I'm everything you hate about the world.
No. I like you. But Kellan is he has his things and he's very into them, right? So Kellan brings the side of this podcast where he's all about Pokemon, right? And I just happen to like anime, manga, books, bunch of stupid shit.
This is going to be fucking top 10 Pokemon to put on the cover of Playboy, isn't it?
No, Pokemon Smash and Pass has been so gone. And I actually, so far done, and I actually think it's gross.
It was really funny when Markiplier did it, though, because he was so genuine about it, the whole thing. It was so funny.
And he's sort of like the progenitor, or at least the popularizer of it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody else is like, okay. So I like a lot of manga and anime. We don't talk about that stuff that often, except I'll bring up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Yu-Gi-Oh! And you'll be like, okay. But those of you listening, I know we got a couple anime and manga fans in the comments. I've seen you shouting. If you have read a lot of manga, you have probably also stumbled onto a lot of really stupid weirdo shit, okay? And now I'm not talking about hentai, okay? I'm not talking about full-blown pornography. I'm talking about this middle world that they call ecchi. Have you ever heard the word ecchi before, Kellan?
I think I've heard it like once.
It basically just means like stories that are kind of okay, but like also like kind of pervy. Okay.
Okay.
That's basically what it means. Now, to tie this back to the episodes, okay, this is a very convoluted
where the fuck
explanation.
are you going?
We're reviewing today episode 151, Tunnel Vision, or in Japanese, Purin versus Bulu, and episode 152, Hour of the Houndour, in Japanese, Dark Pokemon, Delville. Now, in episode 151, Tunnel Vision, we have what I see as an unstoppable force meeting an unmovable object. This is the clash of Snubbull and Jigglypuff, the two powerhouses, the unrelenting forces that we can't escape. How can we, in our reality, simulate that? Well, Kellan, you are the unmovable object. You will not be moved by any weirdo shit. So I am going to attempt to unleash the unstoppable force of stupid bullshit ecchi manga and see what you think. These are my top 10 extremely trashy ecchi manga. Okay? I'm just going to tell you about them and see what you think. Are you with me?
I mean, I'm here. I'm stuck here. So let's do it.
Let's do it, folks. Now, for those of you who are real degenerates, don't shout me out that you know about even weirder shit. I know that weirder shit exists, but these are just ones that I have actually read at least a little bit of. The other thing is that this isn't necessarily the order of quality. It's kind of the order of shock value. Okay? So,
go for it.
Number 10 is a manga called Food Wars, or Shokugeki no Soma. It had a pretty popular anime. It is kind of good, but it definitely falls apart in the last half. It is about a kid at like this university that's like a cooking school. Or no, I guess it's a high school, but it's like a cooking school. they battle by cooking food, and then like, oh, it's whoever makes the best food like wins. Okay, that's like what it's all about. It's like super cooking. But the weird part about it is that like when they eat food, their clothes fly off. Like if the food is really good, their clothes just explode. It's
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty funny sometimes, and other times it's just fucking weird. But the cool thing about Food Wars is they try to like turn culinary, just normal abilities into like superpowers. So like one guy has the ultimate sense of smell. He can use scents like nobody's business. He has all the spices. So he's like the curry master. There's this other girl who's like her family's like really rich, so she has access to the best cuts of beef. So she's like the meat king, stuff like that. But yeah, people's clothes just fly off.
That's dumb. Number 9.
Number 9, prison school. Okay, so prison school is about this school that was an all-girls school, okay? And then one year
I
the
don't like where
rules
this is
changed.
going.
The rules changed, so they let in 5 boys, okay? But what happens is it turns out that the school has some really old draconian laws. And the boys are caught attempting to peek in a girl's change room, okay?
Shocker.
So they're, yeah, very 80s, very immature, very, disgusting stuff. But instead of just disciplining the boys, expelling them, going to the cops, whatever, what happens is that the girls are allowed to turn the school into a police state where they rule and the boys now become prisoners in the school. And the girls get to basically abuse them. And one of them is like a BDSM person. And then spoilers, like one of the boys or one of the girls like fall in love because she's the best at beating people and he loves getting beaten. It's sounds weird and stupid, but it's actually one of the funniest manga I've ever read. That made it sound really bad, but it is actually really funny.
Sure. I guess so.
Are you following any of this so far, Kellan?
Not really.
Not
Number
really.
8.
This one might be the one for you, though. The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. There's 5 reallys in the title, okay? Now it's about this boy who is approached by God, okay? And God tells him that they made a clerical error, and instead of 1 soulmate, he actually has 100, okay?
Oh, shit.
But he now has this goal. He needs to find all 100 soulmates and reciprocate their love, or else they will suffer an accident and die. So he has a goal now to find all 100 women and romance them. And basically, it's like every chapter is like a new girl, basically. And at one point, he even ends up, I think, like he's dating one girl, and then like their mother falls in love with him. So now he's also dating the mother. And when he like gets a new girlfriend, he like brings them back to the crew. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you love me, by the way. I've got like 20 girlfriends already." And then they're just like, "Okay." Number 7. How heavy are your dumbbells? Okay. Number 7 is about a group of ladies who want to start working out to be
Good for them.
Yeah, because they want their bodies to look a certain way. So what they do is they start working out a lot, but it's basically like kind of a fetish manga, I think, for people who like sweating and working out. So a lot of it will have them working out, and then it'll be like supposed to be like sexy. It does eventually have some really fun plots, though, because they're like trainers are like these funny muscle dudes who like to just like rip all their clothes off.
Oh yeah,
and they'll look like really small in like tracksuits, and then they flex and they're gigantic. So that's
yeah,
pretty
you
funny.
read all these for the plots, right?
Hey, that's the business I'm in. Serious stuff, but somebody's got to do it.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the plot of this next one, number 6. Oh, this one actually does have a good plot. Okay. It's called The Legendary Hero is Dead. Now, this one doesn't have an... Oh, actually, this one did just recently get an anime. So it might not be as underground as it was before. The Legendary Hero is Dead. Basically, in the first chapter, what happens is... So the small town and the hero who defeated the Demon King, the great hero, saved the world, is like coming back to the small town. Our main character, though, is not the hero. It is just some like deadbeat dude from this town who's kind of always been jealous and resented the hero, okay? And it turns out that day, a monster is attacking the village. So this deadbeat thinks, I'm going to finally save the village. So what he does is he makes a trap like basically a Team Rocket trap where there's like a hole and he covers it in leaves and there's like spikes underneath it. And then he's like cooking some meat. And his idea is that the monster's going to come and smell the meat. Well, what happens is the hero comes in, he defeats the monster, everything's fine, and then the hero smells the meat and walks forward and falls into the trap. So our deadbeat now has killed the hero. But what happens is the next day, the deadbeat finds himself in the hero's body.
Oh, no.
His soul has gotten into the hero's body, and now he's got to figure out what's going on. And it turns out he, now the deadbeat, is destined to save the world.
So it's the Santa Claus.
Yeah, it is the Santa Claus, actually. It is with Tim Allen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Santa Claus. And similar to the
right.
Santa Claus, this guy gets some powers, right? Well, the degenerate part of this plot is that the main character really is a deadbeat, okay?
Like me.
So he doesn't have many, you might not want to associate him with yourself in a minute. So he doesn't have a lot of, good attributes or good powers to kind of show off. What he does have is a strange obsession with thigh-high socks, okay?
It's me!
Gross. So he's obsessed with girls that wear thigh-highs, okay? This obsession is so severe, though, that he can tap into this ability where he can, like, boom, lightning flash, put a thigh-high sock on a woman in, like, a striking blow. So his power is only good if the enemy is a female with, like, legs, because then he can activate his thigh-high power.
Best superpower I've ever heard of.
The thigh-high ability? Yeah. I know. There becomes a moment where stupid becomes so stupid that you go, I think that might be art. I don't know what art is, but I think that might be art.
We've been doing that for 75 weeks.
Exactly.
All right, number 5. We're only halfway through this list. Jesus Christ.
How's this hitting you? Is this crazy?
We gotta speed this up. It's gonna be like 30 minutes before we get to the episode.
No, everyone's loving it. Number 5, Mato Saihai no Slave. In English, sometimes they call this Chained Soldier. Now, this one is pretty weird. It's basically about this. There's this world where, like, women have all the powers, okay? So they've got all these superpowers, and every woman has, like, a superpower, basically. And they're fighting these, like, zombie things, okay? So, like, lots of men are dead, and it's just, like, women fighting zombies. However, our main character is a guy, and he then gets a power, too. But his power can only be activated when he's next to one of the women. And basically, the women will, like, turn him into their pet, basically, for the battle. He turns them into, like, a monster that they control for the battle by their powers. After the battle is done, though, the laws of conservation of energy in the universe kick in, and in order to counteract the action that has been done, the girls need to, like, make out with him, or have sex with him, or, like, lick his nipples or something. There's
okay,
that.
number 4.
What happens inside the dungeon, and then in quotes, stays inside the dungeon, right? So what happens inside the dungeon is about this world where, again, there was this legendary hero who was kicking ass, killing all the monsters, and everyone was so happy. Oh my God, we got this great hero, okay? And then what they find out is that there's this one day where he has this huge battle against the worst villain in the world. It's this giant dragon. And both the hero and the dragon die into battle. And when they go to recover the hero's body, they find that he had sex with part of the dragon. And so they caught him with his pants down at the end of the battle. And so they went back to his, like, house, and it turns out that he had all of these, like, he had just been turning monster parts for decades into sex toys. And he was actually this crazy pervert who was only killing monsters to turn them into sex toys. What that caused, though, was not repulsion, but instead inspiration, and it kicked off a craze where people hunt monsters to turn them into sex toys. So this is a story about people's monster hunting journeys to create sex toys and sell them for money.
So it's the origin story of Bad Dragon.
Oh, what's Bad Dragon?
Monster dildos.
Oh, that's a real company.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't familiar with that.
Don't ask me why I know that.
You're so cultured, Kellan.
I am. I know all the things. Except for number 3.
Okay, number 3 is called World's End Harem, okay? And this I think got an anime as well. But it's basically about this like killer virus who that destroys like all men in the world. So about 99.9% of the world's population, male population, is dead. So there's only women, except that our main character was in cryostasis during this pandemic. When he gets out, he finds that there's only 5 men left, and he's required by like the government to participate in a breeding program where he needs to save the world, and the only way that is possible. And it is basically just the politics around this young man and stuff. Because sometimes he like, I want to be treated like a person, and then he runs off, and then he gets pulled into a cult, and all kinds of crazy stuff happens.
You want to know the first time I ever heard the word harem was?
I really do, yes.
The Dex entry for Salazar in Sun and Moon.
Get out.
Yep.
There's a Pokemon Dex entry with the word harem in it.
In Sun from Salazar. For some reason, only females have been found. It creates a reverse harem of male Salandit that live with it.
Oh my god. That's an out there Dex entry. Wow.
Because only female Salandit can evolve. And there's way more males than there are females.
Well, there you go. Yep. That's crazy. That was interesting.
Yep. Number 3.
No, number 2.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2 is called Rosengarten Saga. Now, this one, there is not an anime of it, so anime-only watchers might not have heard of this, and there probably never will, because it is really out there. The art is incredible. It is the kind of manga where this artist could be like one of the top comic book artists on the planet, but instead they chose to create this.
Boobs.
And Rosengarten Saga...
Boobs.
Rosengarten Saga is basically just like a battle story, but it involves lots of like world figures, so it's kind of like Fate's Stay Night. Because it's got like, King Arthur, and it's got Beowulf, and it's got Attila the Hun, and they're all like having to fight in this tournament. But every character is like the most crazy version of themselves. So Beowulf never wears pants. And Beowulf, instead of fighting with a sword, fights with a giant erection. And he swings his erection around and like hits other people's swords. Like it's like the mightiest penis on the planet. It can like cut rocks in half.
Well, you know what they say. The penis mightier than the sword. So
yeah, that is what they say. And like that's just the one I'm willing to say out loud. So it gets even weirder, some of the twists they do on characters. King Arthur is a very cute he dresses like in like Japanese idol outfits kind of thing, and he wows people with his cuteness. Yeah, so that's something. And yeah, there's tons of really, really bizarre twists on characters. There's swords that change people's sex. So if you're hit by it, you turn into a woman, and then if you hit it, turn back, you turn into a man, and people's like...
Trans pride, everybody.
Sex will change like 10 times during a battle.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yeah, those swords would be really useful in real life. Like, we could just help people out like that, yeah.
Just a nice swing of the sword, and boom.
Boom.
All right, and
now
number 1...
My top degenerate manga pick is called...
Honey Pop 2 Double Date.
I didn't know that. What is that?
Oh, god damn it. That's too much to go into right now when we're 30 minutes into the episode and haven't hit the podcast.
I don't know any of your...
Or haven't hit the episodes.
It's called...
What's number 1?
It's called Kaijo with like 8 exclamation marks. Now, Kaijo is in some alternate reality Japan future where the ultimate sport is this sport called Kaijo. Sometimes in English they translate it as hip whip, but basically it's a sport that can only be played by women. They play on floating platforms above pools, and it's basically like a wrestling match where they got to hit each other off. But the rules are you can only use your butts or your boobs. So it's like it's a butt combat sport. And the powers that people come up with are insane. Like the lead character, her whole thing is that she can whip her hip around so fast that it creates like a sonic boom. So she could do like sonic booms with her ass. There's another girl who's like, if she touches an ass, she like gets their powers. So she's got like a mind palace full of asses. And when she's like tapping into them, it just shows butts in the air in the background.
Arson!
Exactly. So Kaijo is the most degenerate shit.
Great, that's awesome. Let's talk Pokemon, shall we?
Ooh, it's gonna be whiplash, Kellan.
That was
I need a moment to recover.
I don't even know what to label that as. It was just a thing that happened.
That's what lots of our things are. They just happen.
All right. Well, let's jump into episode 151, Tunnel Vision, where the tunnel really does not play much of a part in this episode.
Nope. It deserved a title, apparently, though.
Yep, apparently. So, oh my god. This is incredible, guys. We're starting at a sunset.
That's nice.
Incredible. What a good way to kick off today after all of that degeneracy from the last 10 minutes,
we need a good wholesome sunset.
Once again, the narrator talks about their journey to Johto. Shut the fuck up, narrator. It's not right.
But on the road to Goldenrod, they have been for a while. They will be for a while.
But they, it looks like they got to get through Onyx Tunnel, a much faster way to get to Goldenrod. But no worries, if there's a bunch of Onyx in there, good old Squirtle can take care of it.
If I had it.
Unfortunately, Squirtle's fucking dead, so...
No, he's not. He's living his best life. He's leading the Squirtle squad to victory in the firefighting competitions.
Sure. They're gonna head to the tunnel tomorrow.
If you tell me that Jenny's turning him into turtle soup, I'm gonna sue you.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, neither of us know how to start a lawsuit.
No, we don't. So, yeah, they're gonna head into the tunnel tomorrow, but Jigglypuff's not far behind, and neither is Snubbull. Uh-oh.
Those are the two big forces.
Team Rocket are gonna tackle the tunnel here. It would take too long to go over the mountain. We might be over the hill by the time we get over the hill.
I liked that line. I wrote that down.
So they're in the tunnel, and Jesse's like, this feels a little weird. And James is like, I always feel a little weird.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a mood.
And then there's a rumble.
Yeah, and Jesse goes, what do you think that sound is? And I like this because James just says scary. Yeah.
He
like
thought
that's
it was scary.
An answer.
He thought it was a scary sound.
Like how do you feel about that sound?
Yes. How did you not get that? That's crazy.
No, I did get it.
You were too busy looking up boob mangas.
I did get it. I can both get it and look up boob mangas. Kellan, you should read more booby manga.
Anyway, so Onyx, a bunch of Onyx emerge. Okay. Victory Bell comes out, of course, eats James. Goes for a Razor Leaf, which does nothing, which is stupid and not how the game works.
It just bounces off of Onyx.
Razor Leaf would fucking kill those things.
In real life, Onyxes would be like one of the more robust Pokemon, though.
I say it all the time. Onyx IRL would be scary as fuck, but in the games, it's not. It's worthless.
Yeah, so anime version, you're like, you see leaves flying at a rock, and you're like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
But in the games, Onyx touches a tree,
leaf.
He's like, oh god, I'm melting. So Arbok comes out next. The Onyx are rock throwing against the side of the cave, causing an avalanche, quote unquote.
Using rock throws, apparently, but yeah.
Yeah, by bashing their heads against the side of the cave.
Yeah.
Arbok comes out, he gets binded. It's like, that bind attack is bound to hurt. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, Arbok is binded by the light, you could say.
Binded by the light, wrapped up like a douche in the middle of the night.
Do we have to go over again that that's not what they say? But it's what we all believe they say.
We had a long discussion about that one Christmas.
Yeah, your father's the one that taught basically everybody I know.
That's not what it says.
Revved up like a deuce. And not wrapped up like a douche. Yeah.
Another runner in the night, yeah. So Jesse takes me out, whips him into battle, throws him, yeets him at the fucking Onyxes. He just bonks off, which was very good.
That was a good bit, yeah.
He tries to Fury Swipes, he doesn't get it off.
No.
And they run out of the thing, out of the tunnel. James thinks they should use water Pokemon. That'd be great, but we don't have any. And so wobbuffet pops out. Wobbuffet.
We need water Pokemon, not a drip.
Hey-oh.
This is good. This is a good burn.
Ouch.
Well, we love Wobbuffet.
Oh, of course. But they think of Misty. That little redhead twerp is hoarding all of the water Pokemon.
Yeah, she's got all the water Pokemon. Maybe she can spare some.
And so at a river, we see the gang cleaning up. They're doing some stretches and stuff. Pinecoat blows Brock up.
Oh, I see we're already having a blast. Oh, that's great.
Looking directly at the camera.
Yeah. Spikes the lens and blows up.
And so Snubbull we see sniffing around. The gang, they recognize her as the one from the rich lady, Madam Much Money.
I was actually impressed that they recognized Snubbull just because, like, I don't know, they don't put two and two together that often.
No, never. I mean, how many times do they see Jesse and James in, like, a different shirt? And they're like,
yeah.
Who you?
Well, I don't think they ever connected that the Wobbuffet that Jesse has is Benny's Wobbuffet.
No. But they notice that Snubbull is seems to be trailing something, so they're going to kind of follow Snubbull around. Meanwhile, Team Rocket are crawling around with sticks taped to their heads.
And they will soon be as powerful with Poliwag. They'll see the stars with Staryu. They'll be golden with Goldeen. They'll be sighing with Psyduck.
And so the gang following Snubbull are found by Jigglypuff, who pops out. Puts them and Team Rocket to sleep. Snubbull, meanwhile, finds Meowth, and just before she can get to his tail, also falls asleep. Oh no.
So close.
So she wakes up with marker on her face, and Meowth nowhere to be seen. Heartbroken.
Little mad.
Snubbull must move on.
She sees, though, Jigglypuff vandalizing a sleeping Pidgey. Can I use vandalizing here? I don't know.
That works. She also sees her
like.
reflection, freaks the fuck out.
Oh, yeah. So she's like, shit's bad. So Snubbull decides to steal the marker. You know, Jigglypuff's microphone, steals it and runs away.
And so I got a question here. Question from Alex, who asks, what do you think the psychology behind Jigglypuff's drawing on people's faces is? Are all of them like this? Or just this one? Is there a deep reason behind it? Maybe it was abandoned as a baby Pokemon after its first song. Or maybe its song put its mom to sleep and she never woke up.
All right, this is a good question. So I need some information from you, Kellan. Are there other Jigglypuffs that we meet in the show? Have we met some?
I have no idea.
Not yet, then, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. In games, we never see anything like this. So we don't really have evidence to rule it, but it has always felt like this is like this Jigglypuff's prerogative, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's felt like that. Now, I think that this comes from some sort of deep identity ambition, and really it just comes down to that she wants to be a great singer. Like Meowth translates for her at some time too, right? She wants to be this great performer, but whenever she sings, people fall asleep, so they'll never be able to like applaud, and so she's chasing that obsessively. Right? So where would she get that from? Does that just come from the self? Did she see something on TV? Maybe she's Mariah Carey's daughter, who's been living in Mariah Carey's shadow for so long, and Mariah Carey's been pushing her. Just make a hit like that stupid Christmas song that I have that plays all the time.
I think she just needs to crash like an Eras Tour concert.
And put them all asleep.
I think they'd be fine, yeah.
Taylor Swift, please hire Jigglypuff. Thank you.
There's also that giant Jigglypuff in the ancient puzzle of Pokemopolis that put the giant Gengar and Alakazam to sleep. I don't remember if it got upset, though.
It used the bell as a microphone or something, right? So it did have like this weird analog, but...
Yeah, I think we joked that this Jigglypuff is the descendant of that one.
It's a line of Mariah Carey Jigglypuffs.
It's all relative, baby.
Yeah, all relatives all the way down. I don't know if we answered the question, but my going theory is something to do with the ghost of Mariah Carey, even though she's alive.
Yes, I'm with you there.
What's your going theory?
I mean, I got to throw Taylor Swift in there. I think it's something about Taylor Swift. I think Jigglypuff looks up to her really highly.
She really wants tickets.
Like
she really wants tickets.
Yeah, that too. She's making TikToks every day and tagging Taylor Swift, hoping that she sees it and will get.
Pull me up on stage, Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we got it. I think that makes sense.
This is a solid theory.
So, anyway, so Jigglypuff's drawn on a Pidgey, and Snubbull's really pissed off at her. So she grabs the marker and runs. Jigglypuff is very sad about this, and so the gang, having already scrubbed off all the ink. I think they throw that line in there just because the animators didn't want to animate the extra ink on the faces.
That's fair.
They were just like, well, we already scrubbed off the ink. That's the second time we've cleaned up today. That's crazy.
Washing faces, we do that a lot.
Misty does know that Ash's mom would be very happy about that.
Yeah, good Adelia shout out. Love it.
If we get Swamp Ash, it's gonna be a low scoring episode.
It's true. They're clean.
So they find Jigglypuff again, and they see that she's really sad. Jigglypuff explains the situation. She's lost her microphone. Nash is like, well, we'll help you get it.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to help the Juggernaut. Interesting.
Yeah, they're going to help Jigglypuff really annoy them moving forward.
Now, Jigglypuff is doing her sort of like, what's that, lassie? Jimmy fell into the well kind of thing. Like that Pokemon doing's very cute, trying to tell them what happened. She's like imitating Snubbull. They don't really get it, but they're going to help.
Yeah, that was cute though.
That was very cute. I like that, yeah.
So Team Rocket, back to them. Their first plan was a washout, huh? But now they're gonna try the pitfall trap. Jesse's really into the
First plan
pitfalls.
was
James
a
and Meowth.
washout. Second plan is the pits.
And so James and Meowth are not into this. They're like, ugh, the pitfall again? Jesus Christ. But she has this game-changing new invention. She whips it out. It is a shovel with a pogo stick attached to it.
Oh, so efficient.
And James says, quit pretending that it's a new invention and just call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm. That's a good line.
Right.
That's a fun
Well
line.
done.
Yeah.
That was a good one. So yeah, it's got the pogo stick, so she's bouncing around. I really don't think that would be helpful.
No.
No.
I mean, it's nice to have like a grip for your foot, I guess, maybe, but that's about it. I mean, but you can just put your foot on the head of the shovel itself.
That's what everyone does. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And like, and you don't want to bounce up.
Yeah,
and
you're
down.
not actually gonna bounce. So
No, you don't want to bounce. You want to jump on it to get it in deep, and then you dig by scooping it. Like, you don't want to go straight up and down.
True.
That's not going to dig anything. So
yeah, that wouldn't really work. You're right.
No, not at all. So they're digging, but Snubble finds Meowth, chomps down on his tail. Meowth freaks out, starts running around. They eventually rip Snubble off of him. He's like, I hope I can put this painful tail behind me.
That's a sweet sentence for me. That's
Good
a nice
one,
line.
thank you. Jesse and James realize that it's got a thing for Meowth. So they can, like, as long as Meowth's around, they can take Snubble right to the boss. No problem whatsoever. It's not going to run away.
And, well, Jessie wants to really run with this, because now she's, like, bringing up how she's kind of jealous of Misty, the redheaded runt, because she's so cute, always cuddling Togepi. Jessie thinks that if she has a cute Pokemon to cuddle like Snubble, she'll be cool, too.
Jesse, why are you jealous of a 10-year-old? That's really sad.
Their whole dynamic is really creepy. They're like 25, and they're, like, chasing these, like, 10-year-olds. Like, just get a job. Oh my god.
So Meowth gives him the ultimatum, though. He doesn't like this idea that he's just going to constantly have his tail chomped on. So it's him or Snubble. And Jesse and James are like, well, we can't ignore everything Meowth has given to Team Rocket. So welcome to the team, Snubble.
We're kicking Meowth out. You're in. And Meowth does this beautiful exasperation animation. It's like blue, and then he's like shocked and frozen. I opened my big fat Meowth.
Meowth! And wobbuffet. So Meowth walks off, and we'll see later that Jesse and James don't notice this.
Oh,
but later,
such assholes sometimes.
Later, the gang stumble upon many fruit platters in the middle of the road.
Yeah, big fruit
Not
baskets.
suspicious.
Ash goes, it might be a trap, but at least we'll get a meal.
True.
I kind of like your
Not
thinking.
wrong,
I mean, you always get out of them, so you might as well just get the fruit, yeah. Especially if that's some quality produce, like, baby.
That shit's expensive these days.
Yeah, that's gold.
Take it when you can get it. So, but Jigglypuff runs ahead to get the food and falls into a pit. Oh no. And so Ash has Bulbasaur, Vine Whip her out, and she runs ahead to more fruit and falls in another pit. And so Ash has Bulbasaur use Vine Whip to get her out. And then she runs ahead to the other fruit platter and falls into a pit. And Ash has Bulbasaur use Vine Whip to get her out.
But the funny thing is, Team Rocket is the one who's mad here because their pitfall plan has been ruined by this Jigglypuff on a suicide mission. And that's when they're like, hey, where's Meowth? And Snubble runs away because Snubble was only there for Meowth in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And so Meowth ponders on his own, what are they going to do without him there to say, Meowth, that's right, at the end of the motto.
The Team Rocket motto won't be the same. They need me to say that line. He's so sad. Woe is him.
And so the gang's just looking for Snubble and the mic. Jigglypuff is just sitting there watching, doing fuck all.
Yeah.
Just letting these kids do all the work for her.
I mean, it's kind of like Brock in that Wooper episode where, like, when things went nuts, he just, like, froze up. Here's Jigglypuff. She's consumed by the depression.
Aw. Poor Jigglypuff.
Aw, poor Jigglypuff.
She walks off sad. She finds Meowth in front of the Onyx tunnel. They really bond over, lost dreams, and this is incredible.
And this is where we get that little bit of backstory. The Jigglypuff's whole onus is she wants to sing a full song for a crowd. Just once she wants to sing a full song.
No.
Meowth likes Jigglypuff because she reminds him of a full moon, and he likes looking at full moons back from when he was a Young a little kitten.
Oh, and learning to speak and
Yep.
oh, they've all got dreams. And I think my favorite sentence that he says in here is the only shelter we got against the disappointments of life is our dreams.
Oh,
Oh
that's a
my
good
god,
one. I like
that's
that
deep as
sentence.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, Meowth.
You sing it, Meowth.
So
Bars.
they make friends with each other. Meowth says they should start a new team about following their dreams, and they're gonna call it the Dream Team.
Inspired name.
The world is their apple, and they're gonna take a big juicy bite. And then Snubble chomps on Meowth's tail.
Someone takes a bite.
It's Jesse and James didn't even realize that Meowth was gone. He's
Oh,
like, "Oh, you've
that
been looking
hurts.
for me the whole time?" And they're like, "No, we were looking for Snubble. We didn't even know you were missing."
We want to make money, fool. Jigglypuff and Snubble start fighting over the mic.
She spots the marker. Yeah, they fight. Pikachu sees this. Meowth gets in the middle of this. Breaking up violence never solves anything, and he gets smacked.
And we get the ultimate fight of all time, Kellan. Say goodbye to Charizard versus Magmar. The top fight is Snubble, Jigglypuff, and Meowth slapping each other.
It is quite wonderful.
It's pretty hilarious. Yeah.
So the gang run in. Team Rocket still wants the water Pokemon. You should prepare for trouble, folks. Better make it double. We're stealing your pokes. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blast off the speed of light. Surrender now. Prepare to fight. Meowth. Wobbuffet.
Say it ain't so. Meowth gets cut off by Wobbuffet. Wow.
And Jesse and James are like, I like that. That's a good ending.
That. What an improvement.
Yeah. So, sick battle music comes on. Arbok versus Psyduck pops out.
And Team Rocket's like, please don't make us take that one.
And so the music cuts. Of course. You gotta do that for Psyduck. She pulls him back. Poliwag comes out. The battle music kicks back in. Water Gun. Victory Bell comes out. Tries to eat James. Chikorita comes out. Victory Bell Razor Leaves versus the Vine Whip from Chikorita, which cuts the leaves in half. Poliwag goes for a double slap on Arbok. Chikorita Razor Leaves Victory Bell.
Yeah.
And Jesse's like, these twerps must have been practicing. They're not bad. And Wobbuffet just goes, Wobbuffet. And she's like, you're not supposed to agree with me. You're supposed to say that they suck and we're awesome.
Yeah, Wobbuffet says it like it is. So she's going to use
she
Wobbuffet.
throws it into battle.
Yeah, so we get the Vine Whip from Chikorita. Wobbuffet's going to use the counter. So boom, it strikes back.
Which Vine Whip, again, special move in Gen 2, should not have worked, whatever.
But you don't care, right, Kellan? That doesn't bug you.
No, I
right?
don't care at all.
No, you don't care. No. He's easy.
No.
He's easy breezy. Beautiful.
Yeah, cover girl. Poliwag water guns everything, causing a big pile up of Pokemon and Team Rocket. Pikachu finishes it with a Thunderbolt, sending them blasting off again. And seeing this, Snubble ditches the marker and goes chasing after Team Rocket once again.
Yes, true goals have been Meowth all along, so.
Of course. Jigglypuff celebrates with a song.
Ooh.
Of course. Puts them to sleep twice in one day. We're in for an encore snore, says Brock. A lot of good sentences in this episode.
This is a nice one. Yeah, this is fun language episode. So Jigglypuff then goes into the tunnel, happy to see the Onyx.
New audience,
she's got
baby.
a crowd and sings them all asleep. And that is where you said the tunnel isn't that involved. It's just like a weird convoluted Goldberg machine of a solution.
Yeah. It's the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode. And
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, it's not a tunnel episode. It's Jigglypuff and Snubble.
Right.
Then, oh my god. Graham, we did it. We have
What?
2 sunsets in this episode.
Double the
Ah.
sunset, double the fun.
Oh my god, so we're at sunset again. Incredible. The gang are heading through the tunnel. They see the Onyx asleep and drawn on. Some nice music plays as they pass through to the other side. They've found the light. They are dead. Goodbye.
And St. Peter says, why should I let you into heaven, Ash? And he goes, well, my underwear's clean. And St. Peter says, yeah, that's good enough. You're
Does work, yeah. Open the gates, baby. And so later, Team Rocket are heading through. We're in luck. Jigglypuff must have been through here. Maybe, but I, for one, will be delighted when we get through this tunnel, Jesse says, to which James replies, I wonder if that's where they got the old saying about delight at the end of the tunnel. That's good James dummy moment.
That's good, yeah.
We call Ashamorn a lot, but James is pretty stupid at times, too.
That was funny, though.
It was funny. And so Jesse trips, the Onyx wake up and eat Team Rocket alive. And that's the episode.
Ground to death by the biggest mortar and pestle on the planet in Onyx.
Yeah, I believe it.
Mhm.
Makes sense. I mean, they've survived concrete before, so.
That is one of the more morbid ones still. That
Still
just
ridiculous.
sticks in my mind, yeah. Well,
All right.
you looking for a book, Kellan?
Hit me with a
You
book.
want me to compare this to a book?
You're not going to compare it to a book, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to compare it to a book. It's called The Fountains of Paradise, a 1979 novel by Arthur C. Clarke. Now, it is about the construction of a giant space elevator, but the whole kind of deal is that there's only one place on Earth where it can go, and it is currently inhabited by a monk who does not want to give up that location. So this is a bit of a unstoppable force, being the engineers' goals and dreams to build this thing versus the immovable object of the forces that live there already, and basically kind of the history of that area too, because it's gone through some kind of conflict around people with ambitious dreams in the past. That's just like Jigglypuff and Snubbull.
It's just like Jigglypuff and Snubbull. It's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing, Kellan.
Oh my god. We're so good at this.
Oh my god, because Snubbull is the unstoppable force. You cannot be bargained with. And Jigglypuff, this unmovable object of a Pokemon, right? Just always singing, just always markering. It never ends. Where is this conflict going to go?
I think Jigglypuff is quite movable. It weighs 12 pounds. You could kick it, and it would move.
Yeah, but unmovable in my life.
Oh, in pursuit of its dreams.
Yeah. Because of Mariah Carey, its mother.
Yep.
Well, Mariah Carey sang it tonight. Sang it to bed every night. All I want for you is Christmas.
That's
its lullaby. Every something mistletoe. Ooh. I don't know. You got it. No one will copyright strike that.
Yeah, DMCA incoming. All right, let's write this one, shall we?
Yes, this is the form for the plastic ping pong picture of objective rankings.
To order of business, we had that unnamed category for all of the other Pokemon being like their gags and shit.
Gags are the main Pokemon.
So we're just going to call it sidekick shenanigans. Do that. And then we're still looking for good names for the unnamed Wobbuffet category about, Wobbuffet's vibes. How well do we vibe with Wobbuffet in a given episode? In the same email that they sent that question, Alex also suggested maybe along with the general category for Wobbuffet, there could be one about Wobbuffet bullying, since Team Rocket is always insulting him. Or one based off Wobbuffet and Meowth interactions, where Meowth feels jealous or threatened by Wobbuffet. Or maybe just one for how emotionally neglected you think Wobbuffet is currently feeling. Which... Ooh. I think those just gel well into the vibe category. How well do we vibe with him? If he's feeling emotionally neglected, are we also feeling emotionally neglected right now?
Wobbuffet whiplash.
Is there emptiness in our lives?
Wobbuffet wanderlust. Wobbuffet wanderings. Yeah, Wobbuffet whiplash.
I'm gonna look up words that start with W. Wobbuffet's waiter. Wobbuffet's waste.
Wobbuffet. Wasted Wobbuffets.
Weatherproof Wobbuffet.
Oh.
Something about vibes. Wobbuffet's, his feelings, his emotions, his depression. I don't know. We'll keep workshopping.
Wabu, fetch me a name.
Hey, oh, there you go. But no, get your names in for that. I think what Alex suggested about the Wobbuffet.
I like emotional neglect is kind of working for me.
But it works in the vibes, so I think I think it all works together. I think pretty much anything Wobbuffet can fit under that umbrella, which will make it funny.
Well, because Wobbuffet pretty broad.
Yeah, exactly. And for Wobbuffet, I think it works. We can really create
How
some
easy
story there.
In this episode is it to compare Wobbuffet to an umbrella?
I don't think that's the category.
Okay.
All right, that's the orders of business. Let's pull the first category, which will be the anime mom energy. Now, there's no moms.
We get a shout out to Delia, though.
We do get the Delia shout out.
Because I cleaned twice. That's good. Now, they're also helping out Jigglypuff in her distress, so there's some good anime momism there.
Caregiving going on.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse wants to hold Snubble like a child
Yeah, true.
all the
true.
time.
This is working. This
Yeah,
is
we're
working
getting
for
there.
me.
We're getting somewhere. It's not a high score, but it's somewhere.
It's somewhere. Yeah, that might be it.
That's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna go 4. At least we
4,
got Delia with a shout out.
I was thinking 3.5.
Yeah, we're
I'll
similar.
go with that. So 3.75 for anime mom energy. Second category, it's Swamp Ash.
Oh, we were saying that'd be good. We know that they cleaned up twice. They're so clean this episode, Kellan. They're by a river.
But that's bad for the category. Remember?
Oh shit, you're right. It's only high if he's dirty. Oh,
they
fuck.
just cleaned. They just
now
washed
I gotta
up.
give it low. I gotta give it like a 3.
I wasn't even gonna go that high. I'm thinking 1.5.
Well, it's been a while since they've been, back in palette or anything, like quite a long time. So.
Yeah, but they just cleaned up, and Misty said Delia would be proud, so I think that implies a change of underwear.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Okay, you're right. I'll change it. 2.
Well, that's a 1.75 for that.
Oh my
overall.
god, we killed this episode.
Tunnel Vision gets a 2.75.
We skewered it. Oh.
Ouch. I think that is the lowest scoring Johto episode so far.
Well, I hope this next one's going to do better because episode 152, Hour of the Houndour, is pretty fun.
This episode actually kicks ass.
I was thinking that, like, when I was watching this, I was like, I didn't see this as a kid, but if I had seen this when I was like 8 years old, I would like make my whole personality this episode.
It's a great episode.
This episode would have been so cool to see as a kid.
Like, a lot of my favorite filler episodes are, like, the really silly ones.
Yeah.
Like the A Chansey Operation with the doctor. Right. Like, that's just a really funny episode. But this episode has emotion, it has action, it's got jokes, it's got everything.
It's a nice little story, yeah.
It's a great filler episode. So, we're on a lunch break to start things off.
Mm-hmm.
Something has spotted Ash's abandoned backpack. Ash comes back with some water. And Brock and Missy are like, "Where's the bread?" And he's like, "I don't know." And they're like, "We gave it to you." And he's like, "Oh, it's in my backpack." It's a really convoluted argument for, "Let me get the bread out of my backpack."
Yeah, that could have been one sentence.
Yeah. But so he goes for the backpack, and it's missing. Uh-oh.
But, okay, so Brock's, what was in there? Okay, thankfully Ash is now keeping his badge, dex, and balls all in his pockets. So that's not a worry.
Same.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So it was just bread in the backpack. You know how that is.
What the hell else is in this bag?
Just bread. It's
the bread?
It's just a bread bag, Kellan.
Just the bread bag. Just 4 packs of Dempsters in there.
Yeah. Now they see some footprints in the sand leading away, though. Brock can't identify them. But
yeah,
they think
but
it's
they're
Pokemon.
Gonna go,
so okay.
They're going to go see if they can find what stole the backpack. And so in town, and here's a sentence I never thought I would ever get to say. Right. Nurse Joey and Chansey get 2 mint chocolate chip ice cream cones.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was kind of surreal. Plus, like, Joy's got this bag of groceries, just like celery and ham, baby. This sounds like your diets, Kellan.
Celery and ham.
Well, I know those are 2 things you like. I don't know.
I've been eating a lot of eggs lately.
Yeah, me too.
Eggs and peanut butter. Shout me out in the comments if you think egg and peanut butter is a good combo. Because before, like, last week, Graham had never heard of it.
I never heard of it. I still haven't tried it.
Fucking delicious.
You
gotta.
I'm open to it, but
it's so good.
It is new to me.
You're like the most adventurous eater I've ever met in my life, and you've never tried eggs and peanut butter. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've tried a lot more adventurous things than eggs and peanut butter.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a very basic combination at this point.
I don't mind. It doesn't bug me. I just never heard of it.
That's, you gotta do it.
I bet you it'll bug somebody, though. Somebody's gonna be like, what?
That's your homework for next week. Try eggs and peanut butter and report back.
I eat both, like, every day. Just, like, not together.
Then put them together. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, so they get ice cream, and they put down their groceries. On top of a wall, Team Rocket spot the bag of food. It's like, it's a whole buffet. And so Wobbuffet, of course, pops out.
That's good.
Wobbuffet! With a really good pose. He, like, flourishes.
Mm-hmm.
He presents himself. And they're like, not you. He said whole buffet, not Wobbuffet.
Yeah.
And then we get, like, a lot of fish puns, which were really good.
Yeah, because Team Rocket dangling Meowth down with fishing rod. We found rods, reels, and tackles to be quite alluring.
I'll do the angling, and Meowth will do the dangling.
Time to say ciao to your chow.
Very good. Very good
Meowth
fish puns.
steals the ham.
Just the ham. That's all they wanted. There's this whole big bag of groceries. They're just like, nah, just the ham, please.
I'm all about ham, baby.
What the hell is this ham made of? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean?
What Pokemon is it?
Like what Pokemon is in it?
Or is it a pig? We've seen regular ass fish in this universe. Is it a pig? Do
We've
animals
seen regular
and Pokemon
ass fish?
Yes. Do Pokemon and animals have different rights? You ever think about that?
Yeah, they do. Because Pokemon have flamethrowers and chickens don't.
Aw, poor chicken. Someone give that chicken a flamethrower.
All right, so Team Rocket's ready to chow down on this ham, fighting over it, and they make a big dust cloud.
Yeah, classic dust cloud. When something sneaks in and takes it, Meowth thinks it's Wobbuffet, and he gets shook down.
Over that pork.
Oh god, the way that Wobbuffet gets shaken down here, it's really funny though, honestly.
So confirm that it's pork, Kellan. Does that tell you anything? I don't know.
I guess so. I mean, there is Lechonk now, and there's a pig.
Oh.
They import them
wait,
from
what about
Pelea,
those like fire pigs? Tepig or something?
Tepig as well, yeah. Lechonk, probably one or two I'm missing.
Yeah, there might be like a wild boar.
Spoink.
Dawn fan? No, that's more like an elephant.
It's an elephant. Mankey is a pig monkey.
Pig monkey's my favorite. Give me some of that pig monkey bacon.
I'd try that. Anyway, so Joy is coming around the corner. Wobbuffet getting shaken down. He's innocent. They duck into an alley, and the gang pops up. Like, Joy, what are you doing here? This is crazy. Joy's like, I work in this fucking town. What do you expect? But something's up. Brock's like, hey, were you looking for me?
Ash and Misty fall over. They're like, God damn it, Brock. And then Misty grabs him away.
But something's up because Joy got her ham stolen. The gang had their bag of food stolen. So
they got their bread stolen, so somebody wants them to not make a sandwich.
We go to some random guy on the other side of town who's like, where the fuck did my mayo go?
Yeah, somebody else. My cheese! Oh, we got a classic ham on Swiss on rye. That's gone missing.
And then some guy's just like sitting there with his sauerkraut, hoping it gets stolen. But the Houndour is like, they have a line. They're not putting sauerkraut on that thing.
Yeah, the Houndour like puts its nose up at that.
Sauerkraut is safe. Phew.
Russian dressing. Okay, let's keep going.
I love sauerkraut. For anybody who thinks I don't like sauerkraut, it's delicious. Shut up.
Sandwiches, so good. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
And on
Good
schnitzel?
old Reuben.
Oh, on schnitzel? Oh, goddamn.
So Misty asks Joy, was it like a weird guy like this? And we get like an overlay of James's face. And a woman with long hair like this? And we get an overlay of Jesse's hair. And so but Pikachu spots tracks. They follow those tracks.
Team Rocket's listening, and we get this nice sentence. Seems the Pokemon who stole from the twerps is also the Pokemon who stole the food we stole from Nurse Joy. I love when Team Rocket does that sort of like, they're aware of the chain of stealing.
We stole that, but you stole for us, so you're in the wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Wobbuffet pops out, Wabba! And Jesse's like, if it had to steal something, why couldn't it have taken this big ham?
Oh.
Poor Wobbuffet. So in the middle of the woods, having lost the tracks, Brock is like, this is a perfect place to set up camp because of the wind direction. And Ash is like, Brock, please explain that to me. I'm 5.
And so he does not, and starts to create a wooden sausage.
Yep. It's sunset again. We got another fucking sunset.
It's a wooden sausage sunset, baby.
Oh, it's the best kind of sunset. I've always looked forward to those, you know? Ash has got a fire going.
Brock actually does make a wooden sausage. This isn't like a weird Graham joke.
No, this has happened. He makes a fake sausage alongside a real sausage. And he even puts the fake sausage in the water with the real
boils
sausage.
Both, which I would think would kind of make the real sausage taste nasty, but I don't know.
Get a nice pine flavor in there, you know?
I guess.
So later, at night, the wind will carry the scent of the food, luring the Pokemon out. And it's all dark and cloudy and windy. And then we see a Pokemon.
Gang's in the bushes, sausages left out. Pikachu hears something, and there's the shadow.
It jumps out, grabs the sausage, fake sausage, and runs. And we barely see anything.
Now, Brock actually claims this is a success because the thief got the fake sausage, so it'll come back because it's hungry.
Yep. And so We get some growls from the bushes. Ash just calls him out on this. He's like, what are you waiting for? Come out! Get out of here, you
Fight
fucker!
me, bitch! Fight me!
And so Houndour walks out with a Glock in hand, shoots Ash in the gut, and walks away.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side of the tracks.
But the full moon appears from behind the clouds as a pack of Houndour emerge from the bushes. Very intimidatingly, the gang is scared. Brock's like, maybe giving them a fake sausage wasn't a good idea after all.
Yeah, that's why it's cornering you. It hated that fake wiener. It's like, how dare you give us a wood sausage?
You had to make it out of sequoia, not pine, Brock.
Oh, yeah, everyone knows Houndours hate
Everyone
pine.
knows. Exactly. But yeah, this is Houndour.
Yeah, tell me about this thing. It's like it's a cute, like, German
evil puppy.
shepherd. It's like an evil German shepherd. Yeah. That's what it
Bad dog.
Well, it's just
bad dog.
Just evil because it's like dark.
Yeah.
Like
but
it's
dark translates as evil type in Japan.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
So that's that for you. But no, he's a black dog with some like bone accoutrements.
Accessories, yeah.
I believe the word is. Yeah.
Right.
It's a bone dog, essentially, is what it's
Bubba Bone
is.
Dog.
It's a bone dog with skin and fur. It's not a bone dog. It's a dog with bone things.
Dogs have bones, Kellan.
Well, yeah, but not on the outside.
What kind of freaky ass dogs did you have growing up?
Typically, the bones are on the inside, though.
Gotcha,
this dog has a few on the outside.
Right.
So. No, that's Houndour. Dark fire type. Very cool Pokemon.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Especially when it evolves. Houndoom is a very neat Pokemon as well.
And so these things, this is a pack, but there's a clear leader who's up on the cliff, and he's kind of got like a scar above his eye.
That's how you can tell he's the leader.
So you know he's the leader, yeah.
Yeah. And so he commands from the cliff to attack. And so the Houndour all jump in. Cyndaquil and Chikorita and Psyduck come out. And so does Onyx. Brock and Ash are like really ready to go in this wide shot, but Misty's just standing there with her hand on her face, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, because it's Psyduck. So we got a good old-fashioned 5v5 here.
This is a good fight. Cyndaquil dodges around.
I mean, it's not quite as good as Jigglypuff, Meowth, and Snubbull slapping each other, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Psyduck has no idea what to do. He's just sitting there.
Forgets Water Gun, doesn't know what to do.
Yep. Chikorita Razor Leafs Houndour away from Psyduck, though, and it pounces at Ash. Onyx goes for a tackle, misses. Two of them jump onto Onyx. Pikachu thunder shocks them away. Cyndaquil gets tackled, but that fires him up. His fire activates, and he flamethrowers them, and they back off. And the leader jumps in from the cliff. His henchmen back down. He wants to one-on-one.
And this is Brock translating their body language. I think that he wants to one-on-one with Ash. So Houndour starts with the red eyes. This apparently is what Leer actually looks like. Their eyes glow red.
And so Pikachu also goes for a Leer, even though Pikachu can't learn Leer in the game, and we've been over this before.
And Pikachu's eyes do not glow red, so you might be onto something, Kellan.
There was this whole thing in a previous episode where Pikachu tries to Leer, and he just makes like a bunch of silly faces.
That is what I would imagine this Pikachu using that is like that thing where he like stretches his face out.
That's what he did that episode.
Perfect.
And we reasoned out that he doesn't know how to use Leer, and so that's what he tried to do.
Right, so Ash is giving him a stupid command, but Pikachu just doesn't want to correct him, so he just goes with it.
Yeah, Ash doesn't realize that Leer is an actual move.
Right.
He just thinks it means stare at the Pokemon.
Just look at him.
Yeah. But it goes for a flamethrower. Pikachu dodges, goes for agility. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's moving fast. Houndour gets out of the way, but it pounces quick, dodges flamethrowers. Pikachu dodges and thunders, but it also dodges. Houndour dodges.
Both are exhausted.
Super tired. Yeah. Nothing hits. And then there's a little scream from afar, a yelp. And so the Houndour pack
a wail in the distance. And, well, the Houndours all
smog
use
it up.
Smog. That was interesting. Yeah. We don't usually see non-wheezing smog.
Well, Wheezing uses smoke screen.
Oh, this is different. Okay.
I believe.
It felt like it's very similar in show. They just make a bunch of gas.
But Houndour doesn't learn smoke screen, so they had to use smog.
And he does learn smog?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Good job, show. You kind of did it. So they smog and run away, and we go back to the cave, or we go to a cave. A Houndour is defending a cave from a big fucking golem.
Yeah, chunky boy. And
Wild
that
ass
lone
golem.
hound is really tired. Like, he's hurt.
Mm-hmm. the pack jump in and fire at it. The gang come across the pack and they find Ash's backpack and all the food that's been stolen. They're like, oh, they're just trying to feed themselves. They're so sad. Oh no.
Yeah, and well, specifically, they're trying to feed this poor pooch who's in a dire situation.
Mm-hmm.
From a distance, we get a couple of good detective moments. So Ash goes, "The hound's laying down must belong to the pack." First of all, yeah, he's probably part of the pack. And Brock goes, "Laying down? It's hurt." Okay.
And then Misty goes, "Hurt? It's fucking dead."
Dead? It's a fucking bone dog. Now, Misty sees the backpack and the ham and puts it together. And that's where the whole theory, everything fits into pieces.
We did it. Is the 2-piece puzzle. We got there.
That's all we need, backpacks and hams.
So Houndour, they tried the flamethrower, and Golem just kind of rollouts through it. And Ash is like, no! Fire attacks won't work on Golem. You're half right, Ash. They're resisted, but it's not immune to fire.
Sometimes it's like, in the anime anyways, when a Pokemon is just so much stronger than another Pokemon that it like might as well be.
Mm-hmm. The Houndour gets knocked back, and Golem goes for like a big body slam like attack. He's jumping in the air ready to flatten these things. Ash jumps in at the last second to save Houndour, gets it out of there. Chikorita goes for a razor leaf and Golem runs off. Now, okay, here's something that bothers me. This episode, we see Chikorita, grass type Pokemon. Razor Leaf's Golem, a ground rock Pokemon. It seems to do a lot to it to the point where it runs away because it's terrified.
Right.
Last episode, we see Victreebel, a grass Pokemon, use Razor Leaf against Onix, a rock ground Pokemon, and it does nothing.
Your math is almost flawless, but you forgot one very important variable, Kellan. Do you know what that is?
The show is fucking stupid.
No, Victreebel's a little bitch.
Don't you say that about my Victreebel.
This Victreebel.
All Victreebel are wonderful, and I love them all.
Remember, he only wins one battle ever or something.
That's so sad. Wasn't that? No, that was Goldeen, wasn't it? Or was it? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You're right. That was Goldeen's only. Yeah, Victreebel doesn't do anything. Yeah, you're right. That was Goldeen's only battle was beating Victreebel.
Victreebel does fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't talk slander about my boy Victreebel.
It's a little bitch. He just wants to eat James all day.
You're a little bitch.
Well, sort of.
I know you are, but what am I?
But in an endearing way.
So the Golem runs off. Brock jumps in to check on Houndour. Its leg is in rough shape. It's time to put it down.
Oh, and you have to do it, Ash. Old Yeller would want it this way.
Take the hammer. Do it.
Did you watch Old Yeller as a little kid? Because that is such a traumatizing movie for kids
I did not.
see. Oh god,
I've never seen it. I've always known how it ends though.
It's very old.
It
ends good. I don't know.
When Old Yeller saves the day and Mom turns off the TV before anything bad happens.
There's a Friends episode.
Yeah, that's what I was going
right?
for.
Yeah.
Phoebe always thought that it had a happy ending because her mom turned it off before Old Yeller died.
It's actually the saddest movie ever.
Anyway, so thankfully, they're not going to put down Houndour here. They're going to clean the infection with a super potion. I just like this because it's neat to see the game items show up in the show.
Oh,
you don't often see that, so
it's kind of funny how they look like a bottle of Lysol too.
Yeah.
That's gonna sting.
So, but the Houndour are really concerned about this. They're dogs. They don't know what's going on, really. They just know that their friend is hurt, and they're scared of the humans that are sticking around here. But Ash is just like, no, it's okay. Just look at this. I'm going to take back Cyndaquil and Chikorita, so there's nothing we can do to you. And he reasons with Houndour. He's like, we got to get to a center. I'll take it there. I'll bring her right back. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Eventually, the leader does kind of understand.
Yeah, I mean, especially when Ash jumped in front of the golem, right? Like, Pokemon really respect that. We've seen in other times. So this Houndour lead is kind of vibing with that. I like Ash's sweet sentence of the episode here. Everybody chill out. Hell yeah, Ash. That's so casual.
Everybody calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
We should really dub these episodes in adult ways. That'd be fun.
There are some famous really bad anime dubs that ended up being really good, where actual localization was so low budget that people just like it's basically a couple friends like saying whatever the fuck they want. I think the famous one is called Ghost Stories. If anybody's curious, go to YouTube and anime Ghost Stories. Look for that, the dub. So that's kind of been done before. And then, of course, there was like the abridged series, Dragon Ball Abridged, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it could be a lot of fun.
We should do it like Man on the Street style, where we just walk up to random people and tell them to say this line into my phone, and then we stitch it all together.
And try to stitch something together. That'd be so unhinged. You do pretty good voices. We could have you make Meowth say all these fucking weird things. I'm gonna cheat on my taxes.
I'm gonna goo all over the scyther.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll commit tax fraud.
Tune in next week for where Meowth says the phrase "bukkake." Okay, keep going.
So Ash reasons with the leader. The leader eventually tells the pack, back off. I trust this kid. It'll be fine. And so he'll be back before you know it. But first, Team Rocket have to pop in. Don't run away. Prepare for trouble. By all means, stay and we'll make it double. Blah, blah, blah. Prepare to fight. Wah, but Meowth, that's right. He interrupts Meowth or Wobbuffet now.
Oh, good. He's learning.
Progression, baby. We're getting little bits of progression here.
Team Rocket and Misty make the ham connection, as I would like to phrase it. They connect the dots. They know where the ham went.
They want all the Pokemon and the ham. And the King's like, you can't have all the Pokemon and the ham. And they're like, fine, you can keep the ham.
Yeah. Good trick.
But the Houndour say, we'll take care of these jokers. You go on ahead. The gang runs, and some good battle music comes back up. Arbok, Victory Bell, Wheezing, all come out. The Houndour all leer, scaring them all with the big wide eyes, which was always funny. Wobbuffet has his hands up. Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
I'm innocent. I'm not emotionally distressed at all.
Love it. Love Wobbuffet. Arbok goes for the Poison Sting. Wheezing tackles. Victory Bell, Razor Leafs. None of them hit, though. The pack Flamethrower. Team Rocket duck to dodge it, but their butts get set on fire. And they go running off again.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. If we get going now, we'll get in town in time to steal some dinner.
So back to the gang. They're nearly at the center. They're tired. Ash has to keep going, but he trips. He can't get up. Oh no. How are we going to get this Houndour to the Pokemon Center now? And the pack of Houndour come up. And the leader's like, I'll carry him. And Ash is like, what? You'll do that? And he's like, yeah, it's not that hard.
And the lead hound goes, I can't carry your burden, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you. And
all everybody in the jar.
Cries. But Kellan's so emotional.
And the Houndour goes, he's going to sacrifice himself. And the other Houndour goes, Ron, no.
You're trying to quote the last Harry Potter where he's gonna go because he's like, I'm a Horcrux.
No,
a Horcrux, Harry.
No, that's the first Harry Potter when Ron is gonna sacrifice himself on the chessboard. It was a big TikTok thing of that scene, people doing like dances and remixing it. He's going to sacrifice himself. It was a whole thing.
I haven't heard that.
You're not in tune with
I'm not
the
into the TikTok. I mean, I've heard the memes of and then Dumbledore said gently, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
I've heard that one.
Yeah, that one's pointed out a lot. Anyway, man, none of my jokes are landing with you today, but everyone else thinks they're hilarious. So
yeah,
shout me in the comments if Graham doesn't get it.
It's fine.
So they get eventually to the center. They get the Houndour and it has a really bad fever. Get it on the stretcher. 12 cc's of puppy chow. Stat.
Yeah, extra kibble. Let's get the bacon version. This pup deserves a treat.
Bacon strips? Bacon strips.
He survived.
So the fever breaks. They'll be okay. But outside, of course, Team Rocket is back in the balloon with some really cool electric music.
Busting up our ham scam. Yeah, really cool music.
So they net the pack. They're like, oh, we didn't get Pikachu. And one of them's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Pikachu, they're too high up for Pikachu to reach. And so, this is so cool. Pikachu gets on Houndour's back.
Yeah.
And they run after the balloon. Houndour jumps, makes a big leap, burns the rope to drop the net of Houndour, and Pikachu jumps off of Houndour mid-air to get enough distance to Thunderbolt. Boom! They go blasting off again.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that would have been so hype if I saw this as a kid.
It would have
They're
been
really fun. It's also interesting that Ash is actually commanding the Houndour at this point.
Well,
He's kind of
trusts Ash.
giving him the instructions. I thought that was great, and Ash is kind of providing the strategy. I thought for a second the Houndour was going to join him.
Yeah, I could have seen that, but I don't know. Houndour doesn't fit with Ash as much as like Stantler would have fit with Brock.
Totally.
So I'm never gonna let that go. Stantler one.
Yeah, come on. Brock just looks like a Stantler.
He does. The triumphant music plays. Everything. The day has been saved. Everything's fine. The pack of Houndour tackle and lick Ash as thanks. Which that's dangerous because Lick has a 30% chance of paralysis. So.
Heyo.
I was looking to see if it could learn to lick. It cannot. Not in Gen 1. So this is actually unrealistic to the games. The Houndour shouldn't know how to lick.
They can't lick at all. They can't eat. They'll never be able to eat ice cream.
No.
What a curse.
I get a lot of that kind of comment on the TikToks of like, no, it doesn't really need to be a tackle attack because tackling is just a thing that anything can do. But it's like, no, bitch, if you're calling it tackle attack, it's its whole thing. It's its own thing. And I'm gonna call it out on that because shut the hell up to my TikTok page. I'm gonna do what I want.
I mean, the whole premise of arguing about stuff online is sort of bizarre in its own right. So go ahead.
Yeah. Give me interaction. Boost me in the old algorithm. Anyway.
Yeah, algorithms are just like engagement farming nowadays anyways. Everybody on Twitter is like, am I the only one that thinks? And then they'll give like a really absurd take that they're
am
like,
I the only person out here that thinks that trees are cool?
No, now they're doing the opposite. They're saying something that obviously is going to get dunked on. So they'll be like, man, isn't ice cream bitter when you shove it up your butt? And then the next person will be like, that's fucking stupid. But that's fucking stupid will get so much traction and be clowning on the top thing that the top thing will actually get a bunch of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
So people are intentionally saying things that are opposite of what they believe to get engagement.
Yeah, rage bait has become a problem.
Rage bait, that's the word, yeah.
And I hate it. It's the worst.
Don't chocolate bars taste better when you smush them on your face first?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. Now, one of the other worst things is TikToks where people are just like looking at the camera with like a shocked face, and then there's like this paragraph of text that were like, "Are we just gonna not talk about how this sound has this inappropriate thing attached to it? Oh my god! And then you go look for what like the inappropriate thing is attached to the sound, and you can't fucking find it anywhere. And it's just engagement farming.
Nothing. Oh,
it's the worst. I hate
brutal.
it. I fucking hate TikTok, and I will always do that.
Yeah, I don't even use it. I mean, I always like. I really
consider yourself lucky.
I really support you making stuff for it because it's the growth platform. So I think it's good to use, but like I don't use it personally, so I don't.
Good, you're lucky. Anyway,
anyway.
Houndour gets a sausage now. Finally,
a real sausage, not a wooden one.
And this one was Sequoia, so we liked this one.
Mm-hmm.
So the gang continue on the trail. They're thanked again by the Houndour pack. Back on the journey to Johto. Narrator! No!
You're driving Kellan crazy. Don't you know that?
It bothers me every time.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Team Rocket are hanging off of a branch above a cliff. They're going to fall to their death if they let go. And Wobbuffet's just like on top of the cliff, head in hand, being just freaking out over this. And it was very funny from Wobbuffet.
Shouldn't have gone out on a limb.
And that's the episode.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Good episode. Very good episode.
Good one. So I'm thinking about this trope here, alpha and beta wolves. This is from tvtropes.com. We often see packs of wolves in TV shows, and they'll have this dynamic, sometimes an alpha beta, sometimes just an alpha. Here we clearly have like a leader of the pack. That's the one with the scar, and then the others sort of fall in. So a book that's kind of dove into this in interesting ways would be Call of the Wild. So this is a classic piece of literature. I believe it's by Jack London. Is that right? Yes. Jack London, 1903. A lot of it is from the point of view of a dog, Buck, and he is the part of a sled dog team. Now, he has to deal with a psychopathic lead dog and ends up killing the lead and replacing it. And I think Buck has to kill a couple other people to maintain his place. So it's just like this episode where the Houndour has to kill two other Houndours to show its power in front of Ash.
I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, he rips their throats out, he eats them, and he laughs during the whole thing. It was quite brutal.
He must have gotten the extended cut.
Yeah, that That's the director final cut edition. It was
This is
the
the Snyder cut.
third re-release of this episode we got. Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 hours. And it has 3 sex scenes.
Damn it, Snyder. All right, let's rate it.
Okay,
get outta here.
folklore time. Get some
All right.
categories.
First category is a good one. Meowth's puns.
Oh, baby.
Or was this more relevant last episode?
It was more
May have
relevant
been.
last episode. But, yeah, okay, that's Misty. That's not Meowth. Payback time for busting up our ham scam. Not really
Oh.
a pun, but a nice sentence. If we get going now, we'll get there in time to steal some dinner. That's in relation to the when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So that was sort of like turning what James said into a pun, which is kind of
Mhm.
cool. Give us the hound, you keep the ham, and not a pun.
Not a pun.
Then the
Not
notes.
much from Meowth on this one.
No, I mean last time we got a lot more Meowth
Yeah.
dialogue. This is a dog episode, not a cat episode. Okay, give me one more second. I'm still looking.
Time to say chow to your chow.
Ooh, that's probably the best one. That is a good
I don't
one.
know who said it, but there was she fell for that one. Hook, line, and stinker.
I don't know who said that one.
I
either.
don't
That
think
might
it
have been
was- I don't
James.
think it was
Ooh,
Meowth.
he says fork over the pork. That's a bit of a pun, I guess.
I present the catch of the day.
Ooh,
perhaps,
there
that
you
may
go.
have
There
been
you
Meowth.
go. Okay,
There's a few.
a whole buffet. Yeah.
Not that.
Sort of. I think the best like direct pun is time to say chow to your chow.
Yeah, there's some solid ones.
Which is
there.
a good one. Yeah.
Nothing groundbreaking. I'm gonna go 6.2.
5.5. It's right above what we expect.
So that's a 5.85 for Meowth's
Yeah,
puns.
give us
Final
a good
category.
We haven't got any
Ooh.
good categories today. What is it?
This is a good one. Power of friendship.
Ah, it is a good one because it's about the pack and they love each other and they just want to help each other. And then Ash and the lead dog become friends. And then Pikachu and the lead dog becomes friends. And then they all like Ash and everybody's friends. Oh my god.
Yeah, there is that
Kellan.
really cute moment we didn't point out, but like Pikachu and Houndour look at each other once the
Oh yeah.
Houndour is okay, and they're like, "Yeah, we did that.
Fuck yeah.
Everything's cool." The only thing we're missing, as you've said multiple times, is the literal words, "the power of friendship."
Right. Yeah.
But
An
this is a
ex- or
strong
explicit
episode for that.
sentiment. This is really good though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do at least an 8. I'll do 8. 8 flat.
8. I was actually thinking I'm gonna go 9.
Okay, there you go.
Flat 9. That's 8.5 for that. Overall, 7.175.
I think I was just
Solid
feeling
episode.
starved. I needed to give a good score.
But that is it for this week. We did it. We got there.
Excellente. Thank you for putting up with my weirdo shit, Kellan. And
Yeah.
thank you for helping me through these beautiful episodes. What episodes will we be talking about next week?
Well, folks, we're in the home stretch of the Johto journeys here.
Ooh.
We got 4 more weeks of the Johto journeys, and there's a lot to get to in these weeks. We got to do a triple next week
Oh boy.
to to set up for the movie coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh, when's the movie? Oh,
The
boy.
movie, let me just tell you, we're going to do 3 episodes next week, followed by 2 episodes, then the movie, and then 2 episodes, and that's it for the Johto journeys.
Now that when you say that's it for the Johto journeys, that's it for Johto. Johto itself is split into 3
seasons.
right? Wow.
So that'll be it for Johto journeys. Then we'll move on to Johto League Champions
Gotcha.
and get a whole new theme song.
Oh wow.
But that's
Ooh,
like
I'm
the
gonna
only thing
miss
that'll
this theme
change.
song. It finally grew on me.
Yeah, you like it? You want to update your
Yeah,
ranking?
I like it now.
All right, what was your ranking? Let me take a look here. You had it at number 2 under the original Pokemon theme. Are you going to update that to be better?
No.
Or no, you still like the original better?
Yeah, the original still.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's growing
It's
on
good.
you. That's
It's
good.
good. Yeah.
It's a fun one. It's very fun. You should listen to the full version. It's got an extra verse. It's good.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, next week we're looking at 3 episodes. All that to say, we're looking at 3 episodes next week. We're going to be looking, this is going to be a big Totodile week, because we're looking at episode 153, the Totodile Duel, or in Japanese, Who Gets to Keep Wananoko? Exclamation mark, question mark. Satoshi versus Kazumi! Exclamation mark. Followed by episode 154, Hot Matches, or in Japanese, Armed versus Armed. It's
And it's not a
AI
Japanese word, so I don't know.
no, AIRMD. That's just what
Yeah.
Star Maurice translates to.
Uh-huh.
Armed versus Hinoarashi! Exclamation mark. Steelwing! Double exclamation mark. Followed by episode 155, Love Totodile Style.
Ooh.
Or in Japanese, Dance, Wananoko! Exclamation mark. Dance the steps of love! Double exclamation mark.
That's a 10 out of 10 name. That's an
So
incredible name. Dance the steps of love. Oh,
Dance,
hell yeah.
Wananoko! Dance the steps of love!
That is a 10 out of a 10 name. That is
Very
incredible.
good name. That's next week. So join us for that.
Yeah,
as we
we will. I
wrap
promise
up
I will
Toad
keep
Journeys.
stupid shit to a minimum next week. We will talk mostly about the episodes because that
Yeah.
sounds like a fun totodile adventure.
Too bad we already used Totodile as a name for the premiere.
We'll have to use them again.
I don't like that,
Wow.
but okay.
What else are you
What's
gonna
its
do?
Japanese name? We can pun off that.
Use Skarmory. Well, I think it's probably
That's not
Wananoko.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Since you said it a few times.
Anyway, that's it for that's next week. Join us for that.
All right, cool. Thank you for
Take us out.
listening. Love the engagement, love the comments. Keep that coming. So if you're going to comment on YouTube, that's youtube.com/hydroleech is the channel. You can also find us, To Kill A Delibird, anywhere fine podcasts are downloaded. Looking for engagement on Spotify, especially would be great. You can reach out to us, either leave comments on the channel, or you can email us at tokilladelibird@gmail.com, or we've got a Twitter, To Kill A Delibird is the handle. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. A couple other platforms that Kellan runs. He has the TikTok we were talking about earlier, that's Hydra Leeches, and then he uses Twitch, that's Hydra Leeches, the channel. Anything
Much
else
better.
going?
No.
Cool. Well,
Totodile next week, baby. It's gonna be fun.
that is going to be fun.
He's a
I like
cute little dude.
Totodile. Yeah.
Very cute.
Excited. We will talk about Pokemon next week and not ecchi
Really?
manga.
Good, thank God.
Unless I find an ecchi manga starring Totodile.
You might have to make that yourself.
He's an I don't want to. Actually, that's the one thing that makes me less embarrassed for knowing those mangas, that he didn't create them. Like, I didn't devote a material
This was
amount of
someone
my life
else.
to that.
Don't blame me.
Yeah, I didn't inflict this on the world.
I watch it for the plot.
Hey, Prison School's really funny. I swear
I
to
play
God.
Honey Pop for the puzzle mechanic.
I don't know what that is.
Though I
Is
will
that-
say, the puzzle
is that a
mechanics are fun.
hentai?
Yeah.